Headlines this morning. Anambra communities interested in 25 million naira community choose your project initiative asked to indicate. Anambra government calls for applications for appointments into state secondary schools. Security beefed up in Ebonyi State as President Buhari visits. The foreign in this morning, woman pulled alive out of building 6 days after collapse. Well, before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning to you and welcome to the news. I am Ebere Ugonna. Anambra State government has called on communities in the state who are interested in the 25 million naira community choose your project initiative to step forward. Governor Soludo made the call during his exclusive dialogue with community leaders at Professor Dora Aquile Women's Development Center, Oka. Government House correspondent A.G. Kabana is our guide.
According to Governor Soludo, who noted that interested communities have between now and July to indicate, encouraged various communities to think outside the box on their priorities in a way that larger number of community members will be involved. The governor also pointed out that they will try to make the airport and the International Convention Center viable through the culture of channeling resources to productive ventures, saying that his administration will review local government administration laws, calling for input from all quarters as he is committed to strengthening communities by allowing the executive and community leaders to work harmoniously. He recalled that in his manifesto, he promised to plant 1 million palm trees, expressed readiness of partnership between the state and communities to provide lands for planting, and asked communities to indicate between now and next week. Speaking on the current street lighting projects, Governor Soludo revealed that his administration will start to systematically replace the street light with solar, stressing that ideally communities should have their plan of management.
The street lighting, the street lighting project, Anambra has had a wonderful project, but also a sustainable project, because it is based on this diesel and generator model. We have a plan to systematically replace all those ones with solar, so that they can become sustainable.
Fielding questions from participants, the Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Foster Ifejiofo, assured that government is committed to helping communities in food production. For the Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, Mr. Collins Nwabwanne, the present administration has conducted 15 elections, out of which 6 communities had problems in the past, stressing that they are working on documents that will aid streamlining of functions between traditional rulers and presidents general, among other things.
Government is calling for applications from suitably qualified graduates and National Certificate in Education NCE holders for appointments into the state secondary schools. A release signed by the Permanent Secretary and Anambra State Ministry of Education, Dr. Mrs. Wando Biano, said the application should be submitted online via www.anambraministryoфeducation.com. According to the release, while entry closes at 12 midnight on Friday, May 20, 2022, possession of an educational qualification will be an added advantage. Well, government of Anambra State, led by Governor Chukwuma Soludo, has recommenced moves to construct Anambra drug market of international standard at Oba, Idemili South local government area. Government House correspondent A.G. Kabana reports that a joint government enforcement task force comprising the Ministry of Health and officials of the Fiscal Planning Board visited the location for on-the-spot assessment and evaluation. His report.
Anambra takes pride as one of the 4 states benefiting from the project alongside Kano, Abia and Lagos, which are almost at different completion stages. Unfortunately, the project was unable to take off in Anambra State due to bottlenecks, which includes but not limited to encroachment by illegal developers. According to the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afamo Bidike, Governor Soludo's administration has vested interest in the project, which he described as a world standard market, pointing out that the visit was to ascertain if the project and its location meet international requirements. Dr. Obidike added that the governor communicated his clear directives to them regarding his position on the project, revealing that the move will reduce the influx of adulterated and low-quality drugs into Anambra homes and health facilities.
The governor directed us to come and check it out because he's so much interested in us having an international organized drug race that meets international standard that will help to reduce selling of arbitrated drugs and low quality drugs.
The chairman of Anambra Physical Planning Board, Barrister Chike Madekwe, who recalled that the project had been in the pipeline for a very long time, revealed that the project had been approved by the federal government from the Physical Society of Nigeria to build a world-class drug market designated for Oba. Barrister Madekwe noted that the governor's directive was, among other things, to issue notice to illegal occupants, which they said they have done, advising individuals who have issues to come forward and show their interest, as the governor is deeply committed to moving the project forward. While stating the imperativeness of controlling the environment where drugs are sold, he however disclosed that the land was acquired by Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, ANCON, and those who acquired it are willing to go ahead with the project, saying that Anambra need it because the existence of an open drug market leads to all kinds of mess, including deaths as a result of fake drugs, among others.
They have been in the pipeline, approved by the federal government, from Physical Society of Nigeria, an international world-class drug market designated for that. His Excellency the Governor has asked us to come and assess the place, look at the land, and see if there are people have encroached on the land. Let us to give notice. So we're also serving notice here. If there is anybody who has or is building anything here, we have marked it. Please come out and show us your what your interest is, because we are aware that this land has been acquired from AMCON.
On his part, the managing director of Anambra Investment Promotion and Protection Agency, Dr. Ifederora Amobi, stressed that the investment potential of the market is enormous, saying that besides delivery of services to the people of Anambra State, one of the things it will do is that Anambra IGR will increase, noting that the present administration should have a good return on investment for every project that comes into the state, expressing optimism that on completion, the market will be more structured, organized, and controlled.
The investment potential is enormous. Besides delivering services to the people of Anambra State, one of the things that the government wants to do is to ensure that Anambra increases its IGR at a good return on investment for every project that comes into the state. For this drug center or the drug market that will be developed, the state is expected to generate a lot in terms of revenue.
Ongoing building sites were sealed and notice served on them.
The Igbo in the diaspora have continued to demand that the Igbo extraction should be given chance in the presidency come 2023 general elections. This was discovered when a leader of an Igbo association in the United Kingdom, Dr. Judes, spoke to the ABS during an exclusive interview. Onyenya Gubeze has details.
Dr. Eze stated that leadership should not be based on ethnicity, but should be allotted to individuals with a good track record, saying that the Igbos deserve a chance at national leadership. He said that despite the Igbo's democratic republican nature, they are united people and support growth and progress. Dr. Eze said that despite the fact that Nigerians in the diaspora are not allowed to vote in elections, the Igbos in the diaspora are willing to demonstrate active support in all aspects of the political process.
Diaspora voting has not been approved in Nigeria electoral laws. And so while we are waiting for that to happen, we will continue to participate actively in every other process, barring that, to make sure that the Igbos achieve their goal this time around. And what do I mean by that? I know the roles that the diaspora played in state elections, even particularly the last one that was held in Anambra State.
On his part, Mr. Charles Okando, another Igbo group leader in United Kingdom, noted that though the Igbos in the diaspora have not been publicly addressed by any presidential aspirants from the Igbo ethnic group, they would mobilize their support for anyone proven capable. Mr. Kandupu said that Igbos do not lack quality human resources and are capable of producing competent presidential candidates at any time. Stated that the type of president needed embodies what the Igbo man stands for, including resourcefulness, perseverance, resilience, relentlessness, zeal, intelligence, and a willingness to put Nigeria first without regard to religious or ethnic backgrounds.
And in terms of galvanizing support, we cannot act based on those what we read in the pages of newspapers. So we need our brothers and sisters to come forward. Let us know how we can come in and support. We are ready to support, but we can't give what we've not been asked to give. So bring us your manifesto, tell us what you have to offer. Then, of course, it is our
Anambra State Fire Service joined its counterparts across the globe to commemorate the 2022 International Firefighters Day, recording another milestone in its service delivery. The Anambra State Fire Service celebrated the day with a road show which commenced from its headquarters at Agwoka through Aroma Junction down to Regina Cheli Junction, Unizik Temporary Site, and Kwata Junction. Correspondent Queen Anibogo reports.
During the road show, we are clad in their dark blue uniform with a motorcade marching to the musical beat from a brass band, creating awareness about the day. Earlier in his address, the fire chief of the state, Engineer Martin Abwele, said the celebration gave them a chance to honor firefighters across the world. According to him, it is also a time when the world recognizes and honors sacrifices that firefighters make to ensure that their communities and environments are as safe as possible. Speaking on the theme of the day, Rise Above the Challenge, Engineer Abwele charged officers of the agency not to be daunted by the challenges they face in carrying out their humanitarian services, assuring that they will be duly rewarded. In his efforts to upgrade Anambra State Fire Service to international standard, Engineer Abwele, while appreciating Governor Chukwuma Soludo for his support, appealed for the improvement of officers' welfare packages, provision of sophisticated equipment, among others, to enable them discharge their duties effectively.
Give a lot of sacrifice with all dedication to Anambra, and the majority of Anambra can attest what we are doing in Anambra State. The Anambra State Fire Service have been giving out their best to Anambra to make sure that we save the properties and lives of Anambra.
Parade and water display featured during the celebration. In Awka, Queen Anibogo, ABS News.
Well, moving on to our national stories now. Security has been beefed up in Abakaliki, Ebonyi capital, as President Muhammadu Buhari begins a two-day working visit to the state. Reports observe that streets in the capital city wore new looks with different security personnel seen at strategic locations. The security personnel on guard are soldiers, policemen, Nigeria Security Civil Defense Corps personnel. A call on the people of Ihiala to stick to zoning formula for elected positions was re-echoed in Awka when the former Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Anambra State Road Maintenance Agency, AMA, Engineer Emeka Okoye, declared his intentions to represent Ihiala Federal Constituency at the Green Chambers. Correspondent Ngozi Obileri was at the event and reports that Ihiala local government area is divided into 4 quarters, which are Uli, Amoka, Ihiala, Okija, and Ebonese, with 2 state constituencies and 1 federal constituency. Her report.
Uli, Amoka and Ihiala make up Ihiala State Constituency 1, while Okija and Ebonese make up Constituency 2. Over the years, there was an agreement for elective positions to be divided in that line, which was well accepted by all the quarters.
We are coming back to this House of Reps. For equity. With clean hands. With clean hands. Ndibai Pikoni, Imana, what an idiot would buy more. Ipaji, Apatam Patakwa, upon Rohi. You when they queer about that now, or some more. And the guy called the Namma. Oh, one no more respect. I hear our leaders. Yeah, our major leader. and in particular myself, because all my husband all my body before one personal. So Emeka Okoye put on one name, okay, and giving him support.
Other stakeholders, including the member representing Ihiala 1 at the State House of Assembly, Honorable Chidi Udemmadu, who said he is a product of zoning, underscored the importance of zoning as, according to him, without zoning, communities like Amoka, Ubulisuzo, or Sumowu would not have the opportunity to take any elective position because of their numerical strength. Earlier, while declaring his intentions to represent the people of Ihiala Federal Constituency, Engineer Okoye traced his professional background and how he garnered experience and the wherewithal to give them quality representation. According to him, time has come for Ndi Ihiala to be known for a particular profession, just like Kano is known as the state with highest number of pilots, adding that he already mapped out means of engaging youth of the area in wealth creation, apart from the ones he is already doing.
Na ije anyị na-akwado ije bụ ije Chukwu kagonyela aka maka na tupu anyị apụta na ya anyị kpere ekpere rinne for more than 1 year anyị na-ekpe ekpere na ya wee maa na Chukwu gọziri ije a anyị na-apụta ka anyị jee wee na-ayọ ka unu nyere aka. Oh, make all the possible.
The President General of Osumowu Community, Mr. Chika Moamife, noted that his community unanimously selected Engineer Okoye to go for them as they trusted that he will represent them well and in line with the promise made to him by the kingmakers that it is the turn of Osumowu to occupy the position. Mr. Moamife called on political leaders in the area to call those who are truncating the micro-zoning formula that gave the Osumowu the opportunity to present their own candidate to order so that they will go to the polls as a united entity and not a divided house. Also speaking, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Anambra Newspaper and Printing Corporation, publishers of National Light newspaper, Sachuka Nnabife, said he decided to step down from his ambition to run for the Ihiala Federal Constituency because Engineer Emeka Okoye is in the race for the zoning interest of Ebonesie quarters, since Osumowu and Ubulisuzo are the only communities that are yet to test any elective position among the Ebonesie quarters. In Oka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
And moving on to the foreign scene now, rescuers in the central Chinese city of Changsha have pulled a woman alive from the rubble of a 6-story building 6 days after it collapsed. The state media said she was conscious during her extraction just after midnight and advised rescuers how to bring her out safely. 10 people are known to have survived the disaster, but at least 5 were killed and dozens are still missing. Arrests have been made as the building's safety is investigated. Weak safety and construction standards, along with corruption among local officials, have led to a number of building collapses in China. And on sports news, Aspire Foundation, in partnership with Anambra State government, has appealed to Bayern Munich FC of Germany to expedite plans for the establishment of an African academy in Anambra State. The chairman, Board of Trustees of Aspire Foundation, Dr. Emeka Okeke, alongside the chairman, Anambra State Sports Development Commission, Mr. Tony Oli, made the appeal while receiving the German technical team for the 2022 FC Bayern Youth Cup Nigeria held in Oka. Correspondent Chibuzo BDK reports.
The FC Bayern Youth Cup is the world's biggest and oldest international youth football tournament carried out by the prestigious football club. Since its introduction in 2012, it has been conducted on a yearly basis in cooperation with existing FC Bayern partners in selected countries including Brazil, China, India, Italy, Japan, Myanmar, Nigeria, Singapore, Thailand, and the USA, and is aimed at giving children worldwide the chance to showcase their talents irrespective of their social backgrounds. According to Ms. Toli, who expressed delight with the club for finding Anambra State worthy to host the tournament, made possible by the good football stadium and the atmosphere of the state, appealed to the club to see the state as a destination for its African Academy and assured them of the state government's commitment to providing all that is required to actualize the project.
Aspire has done well drawing VOE down to Anambra State with Bayern Munich. Our duty now is to go back home and galvanize all the stakeholders. The state government has a role to play. The club owners have a role to play. Aspire has taken the lead. It has a lot of, financial input, but we are going to work together to get it done and sustain it.
On his part, Dr. Okeke noted that the attraction of the Bayan Youth Corps to Anambra State is part of the Foundation's project plans to develop football in Anambra State. The BOT chairman, who spoke through the Director, Program Development and Implementation of the Foundation, Mr. Tochukwu Onwubuche, pointed out that they had earlier held the Anambra Super 8 tournament and organized capacity building for coaches in the state, aimed at preparing talented young people for such opportunities at all times.
We have actually good interest in developing football in Anambra, and for that purpose we have executed a lot of programs in the past, a whole lot of scouting programs where we brought a lot of young people whom we have tried to expose in order for them to get to the peak of their career.
For Mr. Obinede, the proprietor of VOE Foundation and representative partner of Bayern Munich FC in Nigeria, no fewer than 100 budding talents between the ages of 15 to 16 from 10 football clubs across the country were selected for the tournament. Mr. Ede said 10 successful players from the event would be sent abroad in October this year, where they would be nurtured by the FC Bayern and mentored to stardom.
From our end, we're looking for a long and fruitful partnership with FC Bayern and the projects in Nigeria. Just recently, we had a World Squad selection event, and we have 2 players in the FC Bayern official World Squad. So that's a good relationship for Nigerian players.
Contributing, the team leader of FC Bayern Youth Cup technical team, Hans Flogler, a retired German footballer, while expressing hands of fellowship to the state, commended the quality of the stadium, which he said conformed with world standard, and assured the state of better things to come.
And that's it on the news this morning. But remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television Orca. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And just before we go this morning, a quick look at our major stories. A number of communities interested in 25 million naira community choose a project initiative have been asked to indicate. Anambra government has called for applications into state secondary schools. Security has been beefed up in Ebonyi State as President Buhari visits. On a foreign scene, we brought to you that a woman has been pulled alive out of building 6 days after collapse. Here is a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the Science Well package this morning. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. I am Ebere Uguna. Good morning, Anambra. Continue shortly. Please stay with us.